Russian President Vladimir Putin has ordered some troops to withdraw from Syria. This is specifically coming from Russian state media. I have the note that Putin said they have achieved their goals in Syria. What does that mean?
Well, what it means is that certainly Bashar al-Assad is in a much stronger position in controlling the territory that he does have in Syria as president of that country than he was months ago, which is what caused the Russians to a large extent to move in. Now, how many Russian troops? Will they really leave? What does all of it mean? From the White House to the State Department to the Pentagon in the last several minutes, they are looking at this report out of Moscow, and so far, U.S. officials, to be blunt, have no reaction because they don't really know what Putin is talking about. Look, in the last several days, Putin's Air Force has begun airstrikes against ISIS targets in Syria, which is what the U.S. wanted. If he has shored up Assad enough that he can turn to ISIS targets, does this mean that Putin is really done with what he wants to do in Syria? Unlikely at this point, because you have to consider a couple of military facts on the ground in Syria that the Pentagon and the Obama administration is facing. The Russians can still exert massive military influence no matter what troops, no matter what airplanes and ground forces they have there. They work through the regime, the Assad regime, as a surrogate for their agenda. They work through the Iranians as a surrogate for their agenda in Syria. And perhaps most important is a port in Syria called Latakia. This is the port that the U.S. believes the Russians will continue to hold on to no matter what. That is a Syrian port on the Mediterranean where they began basing a lot of their operations out of. The Russians have always wanted that warm water port in the Mediterranean. I would tell you across the board, I don't think there's a single U.S. official that believes the Russians are going to give up that port, access to that port, ever. So you are seeing a statement, again, by Vladimir Putin's government out of Moscow, but what it means militarily on the ground, and perhaps most importantly, what it means for the people in Syria who've suffered so much, I think remains a very open question. The Russians, as we have seen in Ukraine, in Crimea, the Russians are very savvy at exerting their military influence, even when they're not really there.